So this is something that I am a true advocate for, and I have been navigating through for a long time. And it's men's mental health. Man, it's not easy to approach because it's not a conversation that us men, I don't care how you put it, we'll never feel safe to have the conversation. Definitely not with our spouses. And to share it with the world, it is quite the challenge because it's not received. Mental health is mental health. It's not like you have an injury, you go to the hospital, like you break a bone, they can see the bone's broken. You have a cut, they know how many stitches to put on it. Your mental health is something that we have yet to be able to gauge. They'll give you meds and take care of it or whatever. For me, I dealt with bouts and moments of depression since high school. I would just have moments where I just, felt unhappy and I couldn't find my balance and I didn't know what I had to offer to the world. And trying to figure that out, that's a huge challenge. And the world's not kind to that, especially as a black man. I'm a big dude. So for me, I always felt it important to find ways of addressing that and looking into myself, trying to figure out, okay, why am I feeling this way at this moment? How can I navigate through it the best that I can? And it in my 40s now, I get moments of unhappiness. We all do, and it's a natural part of life. But I do get moments of unhappiness. It's almost like clockwork. Midday, between 12 and 3. Then after that, I'm back again, and I'm the same Tony again. And there's something to be said about people that are always happy and in a good mood. So for me, no one ever thinks that something is wrong with me or I'm dealing with something or but when you are trying to face mental health issues or depression or sadness or it's hard to express it because Tony's always a happy dude. He's good. He doesn't need anything. And I've learned when you share things, my own experience, and you all can tell me if it's different for you, it's weaponized against you. So it's never received and it's never the true support that you're seeking. It's either weaponized or they brush it off. They don't even want, no, I don't want to talk about that because they don't know how to or they don't care. That's your problem. That's not mine. That's what I learned about people. And there's a lot of men out there that are dealing with mental health issues, some worse than others. For me, how I've learned to know who I am as a person and navigate through those moments, I really just try to work and navigate through those moments because it's going to hit you harder some days than others. And you just find ways. And for me, I tend to really work on breath work, being aware, being in the space and understanding. And okay, let's take a moment for this. We're doing what I love. I like to keep myself busy. That's why most men, we like to keep ourselves busy because we function in a different way, and being useful in life makes us feel alive. So I urge you all that deal with depressive moments to find ways of navigating through it because it doesn't leave easily. Therapy helps because you have conversations, but it's there with you. It lives with you. So you have to find ways to navigate through it. And if you have that village, if you have those friends that you can talk to, that's amazing. Because most men don't. Most men are living through this alone. So you have to really see how you can navigate through it. First, acknowledge that the moment's about to happen. Don't ignore it, because it's not going to be like, oh, I'll catch him later because he doesn't see me. No, it's coming. So acknowledge that, oh, I'm about to have one of those moments, and I'm not. And sometimes you might have to express it to other people, because they might be around you and you might, oh, why is this person acting strange? You don't have to say, hey, I'm about to be depressed for an hour. Just say, hey, I need a moment. If they don't, hey, they joke. No, I need a moment. I'll be back. And you work through navigating through that. And if it gets to the point where it's almost impossible to navigate through that, seek help. It's okay to seek help. And nothing's wrong with that. But for you to be in moments where you almost don't want to live, that's not good. And you want to find help on navigating through that. Fortunately, I've never been in a moment where I just didn't want to live anymore. I could only imagine how tough that is, though, on you all. So if you ever have those moments, seek help. Seek therapy. See whatever you can do to help you navigate through that. Because your life is important. Your family loves you. Most of all, you should love yourself. Because I know, I know it's cliche, your family loves you. And when somebody's dealing with something that deep, that doesn't matter to them. If you're a family member that's dealing with someone that might be dealing with some mental health complications, the best way to support is let them know that you acknowledge them. Do not bother them while they're going through a moment. Support them. And do not ever, ever throw it in their face. That's the last thing you want to do, because then they're closed off to you forever. Because that's tough as a man to tell someone, hey, I don't always feel great. I'm not always there mentally. I go through some shit sometimes in my head. That's challenging to tell anyone, because you don't feel mentally capable all the time. So if someone is going to open up to you and lets you know, hey, I'm not always 100%. Sometimes I'm dealing through some things mentally. And black men, we've been through a lot of trauma. So there's a lot of things that we're dealing with a lot of times. So if you're a family member, let them know, hey, I see you. I'm there if you need to talk. I tell my friends that all the time, because I can tell I'm good at reading the room. And even if they're not going through something or whatever, I tell my friend, hey, I see you. Let me know if you need to talk. Because sometimes they'll let you know, yeah, you know what? How you know? Because you caught me at the right time, man. I'm going through some stuff right now. And they'll spill it out to you. I'm happy to be able to do that, because I know when I go through it, I need somebody. Sometimes I need to be alone too. And that's great. But dealing with depression, dealing with mental health issues, that's not easy to address. That's not easy to speak about. You can't just sew it up and send them along their way. So I think as a society, we have to do better at acknowledging that, being able to read the room. That's what I call it, reading the room. Being able to read the room and being there for one another. Because it ain't easy. I'm happy I was able to be candid about this. And I think it's important to have the conversation, because you're not alone. Like, we go through this like daily. And we're trying to figure out and navigate through it. And find things that help you navigate through it. Things that make you happy. Meditate, pray, all of the above. Take time for yourself. If you can't show up for yourself, you can't show up for anyone else. And that's all I got for y'all right now. I'm out.